The Congress-led opposition had staged a walkout on the 15th of September 2021 at the ongoing autumn session of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly. The walkout by members of the Congress party was because they were not allowed to discuss on the incident which had happened on August 13th, in which a police operation took place in the wee hours to capture former HNLC leader CHERISTERFIELD THANGKHIEW for his alleged involvement in the recent IED blasts at LAITUMKHRAH and KHLIEHRIAT that ultimately led to his demise with a single gunshot by police. The Congress MLA from Maulai, P.T. Saukme, was clearly seen agitated by the decision to not allow any discussion on the matter. During their walkout, members of the Congress were also shouting anti-MDA government slogans.
MDA government!
Down, down!
MDA government!
Down, down!
We demand
Justice!
We demand
Justice!
MDA government!
Down, down!
MDA government!
Down, down!
We demand
Justice!
For the sir, according to Rule 300, sir. So I would like to sir, to bring to notice of the House that the short duration discussion which have already brought on the Assembly Secretariat. Also, they have already been informed me that a discussion will be on today 15. Later, sir, you have already been informed to me that you have been rejected discussion on the ground that. On the ground that
point of order, sir. Point of order,
Advocate
sir.
General have already written
Sir, Rule 300.6 says that you cannot ask, you're going to raise a point of order to ask information or explain position, sir. So please, in another rule, he can bring it out, but 300 is not the provision
Mr. Speaker,
to
sir,
bring out an issue like this.
I can understand why. Sir, I can understand why
people should follow the rules.
Why the government is afraid of point of order. Sir, I just get information.
So what point of order?
Why, sir? They have not been.
You cannot ask a point of order for information.
Short duration. But sir, it is very unfortunate that it seems that the government. It seems that the government is afraid of discussion about what's happening of the HNC leader. But sir, from our side,
please take a seat. Please take a seat.
Yes,
Please
sir.
take a
The
seat
main
now. Please take a
important,
seat now.
the main important, sir, for
I'm
this,
requesting you,
sir, for
please, sir.
this,
This
since
is around
we didn't
rules,
get,
sir.
we didn't get
Mr.
the
Speaker,
information in the
sir.
House, so I stand without, sir.
Yeah,
We will
Mr. Speaker,
all
sir.
because no chance in this discussion now.
Mr. Speaker, not wanted to hide things. I think that is wrong because this is at your discretion. When you talk about the business, any business, when you have written to the Honourable Speaker, then it is the wisdom of the Honourable Speaker to do it. But please don't blame the government. It's not that we are here to hide anything. So therefore, let us put things straight.
So whatever what the Honourable Deputy Minister said, sir, so I'm not satisfied with whatever the government did, because a letter which I will write to you is advice. It right from the side of the Home Minister. Home Minister said, because of the opinion of the Attorney General, that he said it's not advisable to discuss. That's why it seems from our side, since we didn't get a scope to discuss it for the House, better we walk out, sir. I will walk out for this issue, sir.
We will be confining only to certain areas which concerns the topic of the short duration. So we are aware that there is already a judicial inquiry instituted and the process is already on. But sir, we will not touch those areas which are sensitive, those areas which we fully understand that may somehow or the other influence this way or that way. So that's why, sir, allow us, sir. Sir, please, we will confine strictly. And in case, sir, we have gone one line or the other beyond, you may kindly reprimand us and we will sit down, sir. So just allow this for the sake of the people of Maulai, for the sake of the people of the state, sir. We are committed today, sir, that we have to speak few things to the government which we have in our hearts. The voice of the people has to be voiced here on the floor of the House, sir. Otherwise, where would we go and speak, sir? We cannot go and speak in the street. We want to speak today, face to face, so that we can hear the justification made by the government as well, sir. So
The honourable member from Maulai himself, towards the end of the question, while it was moving on, he himself said that this is sub judice, it should not have been allowed. Why was this allowed? Is the statement he made. So it is his suggestion only. And the point that he's making, which he made yesterday, is what we're following. The matter is that the facts will come out. demand was there for a judicial inquiry. That is why it has been set. And these factors and these issues will impact this inquiry. It will be incorrect from a rule, from the entire procedure point of view, to bring in something that is in that line, sir. And that point was mentioned yesterday by the honorable member himself. So therefore, sir, it is not on the basis of the fact that we don't want to discuss this, but there are certain constraints which even the House has to honor and has to see. And that's why this is happening.
And he said, and he referred the Rule 59, which is no scope for discussion. He also mentioned about the subject is, I refer whatever letter have received to me. See, because of that reason, so yesterday I said, how you reply. Mistake is only committed since yesterday because he replied. That's why I raised about subjudice. But sir, regarding with this matter, which have already been raised, we request, if possible, if not, it is up to you, sir, because you are the final authority to give judgment. But if not, from our side, as a mark of protest, because this is the voice of the people, the voice of people of the state, we have to stay out for some time, sir.
Sir, Honorable Speaker, sir. Sir, this is something that we need to really think about. It's not just to raise our voices and keep screaming at each other. So yesterday, the whole issue was relating to the IED blast, the question. Now that question, IED blast, led to the questions of killing of late CHERISTERFIELD, THANKKHIEW. Now, sir, at that point of time, had the Honorable Home Minister stopped or avoided or sought your permission not to go ahead, then, sir, things would have stopped there. And, sir, your Honorable Speaker, sir, you also allowed, sir, the discussion to go further, and then the questions went on, and there was no question of sub judice.
No, I have given the ruling yesterday because
sir,
I have allowed to a limited scope for discussion. Sir. That was a question hour. Okay, so I can understand that how I can take care. Why I have accepted this letter which has come from the government is basically, it refers to Rule 59. I have already spelled it out. If you want, I can again, which I am sure that all of you are aware very much about it. Okay, so I'm afraid that this might, might have some sort of reflection as far as the inquiry is concerned. That is on that ground, and I have to forward the letter which I have received from the government to the honourable member.
Now, but the most important part is that I think the intent of the government is very clear before us. We will not, in futility, engage in discussion and debate. We walk out to demonstrate our disapproval and our complete sense of lack of confidence on the intent of the government.
The leader of the opposition, Dr. Mukul Sangma, while speaking to the media after the walkout, termed the MDA government as insensitive to the concerns for the people of the state. He also stated that the MDA government is disconnected from ground reality and was hell-bent on not responding to the demands of the people of the state.
After the incident on the 13th of August and subsequently after 15th of August, how the Chief Minister himself has been adamant on his stand because he is disconnected with the ground realities and because he is disconnected with the kind of usual, the administrative prudence which one has to resort to in addressing these kind of sensitive issues. Now, when we have discussed about this issue yesterday, well, you have heard how the government stand was. But today, the issue which was tabled by the honourable member from Maulai, our colleague, P.T. Sokni, was that based on what is doable as per the administrative prudence to demand and ensure complete independence of the inquiry that has been ordered. Now, how can the government say or be adamant in having this stand that taking action against the alleged senior officers who are involved in the alleged fact encounter. Suspending them to facilitate free and fair inquiry can be part and parcel of the fact which can be interpreted as sub judice in the floor of the House. Therefore, we only could interpret that the government was hell-bent on not responding to the sentiments of the people, to the ground realities, and act upon to ensure the justice that the voice of the people are asking for.